We only ask that you honor our sovereignty in return. From Warsaw to Brussels to Tokyo to Singapore, it has been my highest honor to represent the United States abroad. The missiles and rockets are no longer flying in every direction. This approach also stretches finite resources to help far more people, increasing the impact of every dollar spent. Every solution to the humanitarian crisis in Syria must also include a strategy to address the brutal regime that has fueled and financed it. Iran's neighbors have paid a heavy toll for the region's agenda of aggression and expansion. Strongly supported my decision to withdraw the United States from the horrible 2015 Iran nuclear deal and reimpose nuclear sanctions to deny the regime the funds it needs to advance its bloody agenda. Additional sanctions will resume November 5th to cut their purchases substantially. And we ask all nations to support Iran's people as they struggle to reclaim their religious and righteous destiny. That aim is advanced, not harmed, by acknowledging the obvious facts. The United States will not be taken advantage of any longer. And just yesterday, I stood with President Moon. They engage in relentless product dumping, forced technology transfer, and the theft of intellectual property, and 60,000 factories after China joined the WTO. We will not allow our workers to be victimized, our companies to be cheated, but I've made clear our trade imbalance is just not acceptable. China's market distortions to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, laid out a clear agenda for reform, and we will not return until real reform is enacted. For similar reasons, the United States will provide no support in recognition to the International Criminal Court. America is governed by Americans. We reject the ideology of globalism, and we embrace the doctrine of patriotism. Around the world, responsible nations must defend against threats to sovereignty, not just from global governments, but also from other new forms of coercion and domination. OPEC and OPEC nations are, as usual, ripping off the rest of the world. Nobody should like it. Reliance on a single foreign supplier can leave a nation vulnerable to extortion and intimidation. That is why we congratulate a human tragedy as an example. More than 2 million people have fled the anguish inflicted by the socialist Maduro regime and its Cuban sponsors. Not long ago, Venezuela was one of the richest countries on earth. There is Israel proudly celebrating its 70th anniversary as a thriving democracy in the Holy Land. To unleash this incredible potential in our people, we must defend the foundations that make it all possible. Democracy has ever endured. Or peace. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the nations of the world. Thank you very much.